welcome back to Engineer with a Tesla. So I just want to talk about my top 5 reasons why I enjoy owning a Tesla. Number one, being able to charge at home. I think that owning a Tesla and charging at home go hand in hand. If you aren't able to charge at home, make sure you're able to charge at work. If you can't charge at work, make sure you have somewhere close to you to where you're not going to pay, out the wazoo for charging. I do have a coworker that primarily supercharges, which is fine, but he's not really saving any money when it comes to the long run. I want to say his average was around 39 cents a kilowatt hour compared to my 28 cents a kilowatt hour at home. So, and also too, like my usage is way more than his. So it was kind of interesting to see that he was paying more money for less kilowatts. I think it was like close to like a third less kilowatts compared to what I have. Number two, reasons why I like it. Minimal maintenance. So the most maintenance I've had to do since I've owned this car is do a tire rotation, and I take that to my local Town Fair Tire. They do it for free, send me on my way, and I'm good to go. I am probably due for wipers soon. I think that that's going to be pretty beneficial for me because that way I can keep my windshield clean. And then additionally, doing the cabin air filter. So the cabin air filter is obviously important because that's the air that you're breathing. And I don't really use my HEPA, well, I guess HEPA, I don't really know how the HEPA filter works just yet. I gotta figure that out. Maybe I'll do that one next. But looking at my HEPA filter, whenever I bought the car back in July, it looked relatively clean too with my cabin air filter. So the cabin air filter is every 2 years. Your HEPA is every 3 to 4, depending on how much you use it for biodefense mode. Number 3 would be being able to use full self-driving. I think that, just getting in the car and going, it taking you where to go. I haven't had to put my hands on the wheel the entire time, so I think that's pretty helpful. And then number 4, I would say resale value, which has always been a topic of controversy until recent, in my opinion at least. For some reason, the Tesla used market is going back up. An example of this would be like on Carvana. They offered me $40,000 as a trade-in back in October. Last week they offered, it was $47,600, I want to say, or somewhere around there, $47,400. So for me, that's huge because that's about what I paid for this car back in the day. And I think that's very helpful in order to, have that peace of mind that the value of my car is not going down. It's staying relatively the same and also doing really well overall. So, and then for number 5, let's just round it out. I like the space. So I've got the Tesla Model X Plaid. So I've got 3 kids all in rear-facing car seats. Well, the oldest could be forward-facing. I haven't really moved him forward-facing just yet. He is over 2. But I have enough space for 2 infant car seats, a rear-facing big car seat, or I can make it forward-facing, have even more space. And then I still have an extra room for the dog. And then, with being this is a Plaid, I have a big aisle in between the 2 captain chairs where the dog can also lay down. The trunk is great because it's very deep. So the car mom has done a review on this in the past, but she was able to fit a Zoe double stroller, which is the exact same stroller that I have, into the very back. I like to make my oldest walk everywhere, so I don't really bring a stroller for him. But we do have the 3rd attachment that fits perfectly in the front, so that way we're able to maximize space for that stuff. Additionally, for space, the front does also hold a golf bag, which is great because I'm a big golfer. I enjoy hitting, going out hitting golf balls. Not just by myself, but with also my kid. And just being able to, throw his bag, my bag at the front, and just leave it there and not even worry about it is fantastic. And then it's also, since it is weatherproof, I don't have to worry about all my stuff getting wet, which I like a lot. And then even going back to the trunk area. So I know it's like relatively shallow, but it is deep. So what I do when I go for my Costco runs, where we spend like $500 a Costco run, I'll lift up the board, put a bunch of the soft stuff underneath, and then put the board down, put the hard stuff like the sodas, the high nooners, and some Kirkland lagers on top. So that way, get the heavy stuff out first, get that out of the way, and then be able to open up that bottom part and start putting stuff away. So that's like the biggest top parts of it. I'll throw in a bonus one. I do love my heated and cooled seats and being able to do everything through the app. The app, in my opinion, is one of the biggest sellers because you don't have to pay for the app. It all comes included. I have my preconditioning set, so I can do my charging from midnight to 6 every night. Bring my battery up to 80%. Have my car ready and warm whenever I'm ready to go for work in the morning. I also have set up at work, so that way when it's time to go, the car's ready to go. And it's nice to get that little notification. It's like, hey, it's 4 o'clock, like time to go home. or at least a reminder to go home. It's not always how it works, but that's just one of the things that I like a lot. And then the last part of that would be like this yoke steering wheel. I know it's a little controversial. I like the turn signals on the actual steering wheel itself. I like being able to see my entire display on my Model X. I know for Model 3 and Y and Cybertruck, that's not really a thing because they just have that one big screen across the side. But for my Model X, I think I'm getting more out of it because I have the yoke compared to the round steering wheel. So if you think this is informational, I do appreciate it. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and YouTube, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.